There you go, Nathan.
Nathan, see you now.
Now I can see you.
Okay. All right.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to our blockchain startup pitch session. It's exciting for the weight of the hour. We are there, and we are going to listen to some amazing pitches by our participants. Before we move ahead, I will quickly like to introduce our judges. We have Nitin Gaur, who is the Director of Financial Services and Digital Assets at IBM, and also one of our dearest advisors at Blockchain India. We have Ian Chan, who is the CEO of Moves and Open Application Network, and Daniel Quintero, you just heard from, Enrollment Coordinator at Draper University, and Akshay Agarwal from Blockchain India and Blocumen Studios. So just before we move ahead, I'd like to tell you that every participant has 3 minutes for pitching and 2 minutes for question answers from the judges side. And the judges will be, judging them on 4 points. The first is clarity and presentation. The second is ingenuity, to check the creativity in the use of technology. The third is business model. Fourth being viability and desirability. So basically understanding if the problem and the solution is practical or not, the practicality of both problem and solution. And the fifth point is network effect. So that is it. And while the presentations are going on, guys, it would be nice if you can show support to the participants by sending out some emoticons and boosting their morale there. So if the judges are ready, I'll call on the first participant on stage.
Ready.
Perfect. Ready. Okay. So our first participant that will be presenting is Santosh.
Good luck, Santosh.
Hey, hi.
Hey, Santosh.
Hi, good evening. Let me just share my screen.
Sure. Perfect. So screen is working, Santosh. Mic is working. And your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Santosh here. Today I will talk about Shoplift Platform, which is basically trying to redefine the e-shopping experience and quality. So if you look at the e-shopping ratings or quality of service, so if you just search in the internet, you will prominently get a product-based search comparisons. Or if you dig further, you might get platforms being used by the e-shopping companies. If you dig further, you might get some top e-shopping ratings, but prominently click-based ratings. So it doesn't give any insights into the experience the user has with this e-shopping platform. If you look at the trend on e-shopping, so this year it is projected that about 2 billion people would be shopping online, and equal ratio between women and men. And if you look at the other statistics, only 6 lakh online shoppers are making a turnover of $1,000+ annually. And even these online shopping companies have lost revenues to the tune of 60 billion because of the lack of experience or the bad experience the customer had. So hence, we are looking at Shoplift, which will basically establish a benchmark for what online shopping experience and quality of service needs to be. It will basically create a baseline so that it can uplift all the existing shopping experience or shopping stores experiences, so that the customer gets choice, gets variety when he's looking at, rather than just depending on word of mouth. And the goal is to ensure that we will redefine how the users are going to use digital for their shopping experiences. The proposed solution is basically creating a plugin that would be installed by the user, so the user can rate and share feedbacks and basically also get views. We'll also provide detailed insights for the shopping stores, so that they can basically understand and see how they can enhance the experience of the customer. All of this enabled by a trusted and a distributed network. If you look at the business model, predominantly the focus would be on customer insights. The initial revenues could also come from providing some consulting on improving the services of these online shopping stores. Ad revenue is a very small entity. The cost, if you look at the cost side, it will be predominantly onboarding customers to install and set up this Shoplift plugins. We are looking at close to about 8 months to go live across multiple channels. And basically the first 6 months, we would plan to go live on the web-based platform. So that's in a nutshell.
Santosh, your time is up. Sorry,
Thank you.
judges' questions.
Yeah, so I had a question. So are you trying to improve a shopping experience, and why blockchain? And second thing is, what is the incentive mechanism here? Because there are many entities from time in e-commerce that are trying to improve this whole experience and have some mechanism to do that. That includes technology company, that includes Google's search and so on and so forth. So just want to get perspective on that.
Sure. A very good question. So basically, I think why blockchain? So predominantly, if you look at the most of the rating platforms, there is a lack of trust because it might be biased by the ad revenues, or they might have and basically may not represent the true feedback. So that's where we want to ensure that the entire feedbacks are stored in a decentralized and a trusted platform, right? And second part of your question was prominently on how the online shopping stores can basically improve because they're already doing that. So here what we are saying is we'll be establishing a service level for online shopping. Yes, individual shopping stores would be improving the experience, but overall we are looking at, can we uplift the new joiners or enable varieties in this online shopping stores so that the consumers get a consistent quality and a better choice for their shopping. Hope that answers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you a little bit, how do you encourage people to actually make the reviews of that? Because a lot of people just kind of don't want to do that. So how are you going to encourage people to actually do that?
Yeah, again, a very good question. So basically, this is where every time a consumer rates a particular shopping site, we will be giving them some Bitcoins as a reward points. So that's the current plan. So every time he rates or he uses the Shoplift app, he'll be rewarded with the points. So that way we can increase the adoption.
Thank you, Santosh. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, judges. Our next participant is Naman. Hey, Naman, you want to share your screen?
Is my voice clear?
Yes. Is his voice clear to the judges?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just a second. Yeah, let me know if my screen is visible.
It is visible,
Yes,
Naman?
it's visible.
Perfect. So your time starts now.
Thank you. Imagine shopping on your favorite e-commerce and seeing those huge offers on a specific credit cards or wallets. But unfortunately, you don't own it. But you know that someone in your trusted circles own it. How do you use it? Introducing Payit. Payit is a blockchain-based extension which is going to help you to use cards, wallets, and rewards you don't have and earn rewards after using them. Let's look at what is the current problem with the payment systems. Let's take an example of a card processing. The current lengthy process involves sharing your card name, card number, credentials, OTP, and sometimes you don't get the money back when you're expected from your friend circles. And this was just an example of card. How do we know this is a problem? 45% of card frauds are due to online usage and storage, because of which there is a sudden need for changing this traditional way of sharing the credentials. That's why we introduced Payit. Payit is going to be a blockchain-based extension on top of existing e-commerce and marketplaces. We introduce a novel mechanism to create a trusted circle and end-to-end payment, encrypted payment channel using state channels and layer 2 protocols. The center of attraction for Payit is we help user maximize the reward using our own recommender system, which is going to integrate all the rewards and incentivize the users using them in form of crypto tokens. Why pay it? Because of due to sudden enormous traction in the digitization, we have seen that users are thriving for the e-commerce providing them the item at lowest cost and maximum rewards. And with Payit, you don't need to share your credentials with anyone anymore. Our end-to-end encrypted payment channel is going to take care of it. When we look at the market size, the total e-commerce market size as of December 2020 was around 10.36 trillion, and the total available crypto users were around 63 million. And we are focusing on the intersection of this, that is looking to get into the crypto tokens, but are already on this e-commerce giants. Our revenue model focuses on four pillars, which are marketplaces, advertisements, affiliation, and intermediation, which is going to be our business model. If we talk about the future roadmap, we are looking for the production level deployment by the end of Q3 2021 and get the user feedbacks in our beta version and upgrade it as per necessary. My team includes me, Naman, as the ideator and developer. Along with me, I have Akshay, Gulshan, and Bharat, who mentored me and are also our technical architects for the Payit idea. Thank you so much.
Right. Judges, questions?
Yeah, it's Ian here. Can you just, I guess, I think I understand the problem you're solving, but can you just reiterate what the consumer problem is?
Yeah, okay. So currently, if we look at how the current financial system payment works is imagine buying on a particular e-commerce site and you see those offers on a particular, a very specific group of cards or wallets, but you want to, I would say, redeem those offers. So what currently the system is, you ask in your trusted circle, in your friend circle, if you can help me in buying this product. So buy for others is one of the new trend which e-commerce has recently observed, and we are currently focusing on helping them to use the credentials without actually sharing it and help them redeem those offers and buy it at a lower cost.
Right. So you're hacking into the system and you're trying to augment the current loyalty systems or whatever, but having it shared within your trusted network, right?
Yes, so we are helping them with creation of the trusted network as well, wherein they can ask they can share the group invite with the users and the peers amongst their network, ask them to join the network, and our recommender system would ensure that they have the storage been done that okay, this is the user who can help you in redeeming those offers. Would you like to ask or request him to pay for you? This is what we will be focusing on.
Yeah. When I first heard about this, I thought it was sort of like honey, right? But it's honey within a private system, right? Because honey goes after any discount codes, whereas I guess now you're saying Ian Chen has a discount code with somebody, with Apple, and somehow Nitin wants something from Apple, and he's using my discount code.
Yeah,
that is
so
what you're saying, right?
yeah, so we are not only focusing on the discount code, we are also focusing on how these credentials are being shared. We see that the online storage of these credentials has led to many data frauds, and we want to ensure that there is no more credential sharing happening, wherein the trusted circle and payment channel would take care of automating that process and doing the payment.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Naman. Your time is up.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Can we have the next participant? Okay, so we have Gopal Krishna here.
Good luck, Krishna.
Hey, Krishna,
Hi,
mic test.
yeah. Hi,
Perfect.
yeah.
All right. Can you share your screen?
Is it visible?
It's visible. All right. Krishna, your time starts now.
Yeah. Hi, myself Gopal Krishna, and my project is about transfer the ticket. It's a bridge between buyer and seller, and the problem we're facing with current situation is after cancellation of ticket, money is deducting on base of time, and there also a refund takes some time to get into our wallet or our account. So for this, I came up with one solution. This is the problem how it's going for a base of time and amount. For this, what we give assurance is no black market for this, because as per the ticketed we only send the ticket to buyer and seller, and there is immediate refund of money after cancellation, after seller sends the ticket or buyer receives the tickets for this. And how we sort out the issue, if the person will place the ticket in network, we will validate the backend how his ticket is genuine or not, or is valuable, is all the details are genuine or not, like that we validate and we store it in network, and we'll send the person who wants to buy the ticket, he required some, he will choose the requirements. If he wants to buy the ticket, then he will contact us and we will transfer the ticket from seller to buyer, and later we can cancel the accessibility of the seller and we give access to the buyer for this ticket. And how the smart contracts work in this issue, on the base of time and journey date and boarding point, on the base of smart contracts work. And after a contract successfully deployed, then the ION will issue a digital token for the seller, for the buyer, and we cancel the accessibility of seller. How the business model for this is, we give some cashback offers for the people who are using our platform, and we will take some transaction fees for this issue. Thank you.
Judges, questions?
Yeah, so I have a question. How happens when you have issues where you have non-transferable tickets, where you have a name attached to it, and platforms like Ticketmaster or many such platforms are trying to facilitate that secondary market for these tickets. So just want to get your thoughts.
Sorry, can you come up 1 second?
Yeah, I just want to say, what if the ticket issuer prohibits the transfer of tickets? For example, airlines or even concerts or sports avenues, because the monopoly of the ticket issuer, like Ticketmaster, will prevent you from doing it, from just transferring a ticket.
Yeah, you transfer only the digital tickets which are accessible.
Okay, so you're limiting yourself to only the tickets that are transferable.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Krishna, what are these digital tickets? I'm a little unable to understand what kind of tickets will be available for transfer at first.
Yeah, suppose if bus tickets which they give up a digital, not to give some paper issue ticket like that, digital. PDF format will give the ticket after booking the ticket.
So would we please Nathan?
I'm just wondering that you have to even tie the payment system, right? In the sense that if you want real-time instant payment money to be refunded, you have to then connect every user's some mechanism user's account on the platform and have a real-time payment system behind the scene.
Mm-hmm. Mhm. Sure.
Any other questions that you have for Krishna? All right.
Okay.
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 Thank
So
you.
one quick question, Krishna, would you be able to do off-hat, cricket match tickets, like for example, for an IPL or something like that? Would that require some sort of partnership with, let's say, the BCCI?
Yeah, we should make partnership with these stadiums and respected community for those kids.
Sure. Sure.
All right. Thank you, Krishna. Your time is up. Let's have the next participant. We have Ahmed and Abrar presenting. So it's a combined project. Ahmed is coming in to present. Hi, Ahmed.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen. Okay.
Yes.
Good luck, Ahmed.
Good luck. Thank you. Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet. Yes. Now
Yeah.
we are able to.
So, am I loud enough?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ahmed. And
Yes,
I will
your
not shout. So, I will not shout. Yeah. Okay.
all right. Perfect.
So-
Ahmed, your time starts now.
So, hello, everyone. My name is Ahmed Ghaziani, and I am along with Mohammad Abrar. We are presenting you a common wallet payment solution named Common Batwa. Batwa is nothing but a Hindi word of wallet. Let me proceed with the next slide. So my idea journey starts here. I got a 1,000 rupees Diwali gift card from a Flipkart from my company. Another 1,000 rupees gift card I got of Amazon and 500 of Bata from my banker. So what's the problem here? The problem here is I can't consolidate this amount. It's like 7,500 on Amazon and 500 on Flipkart and 5,000 on Bata. But I want to buy a product from Tata Click, which is of 15,000 rupees. I can't do it. I have a 13,000 consolidated amount, but I can't consolidate it. This is the first problem I've seen. And the second problem what I see is I have a balance of 1,500 in Amazon Pay balance, but I want to buy a Bluetooth headset from Flipkart, but I'm not able to buy it. I can't transfer this amount. This platform are not interoperable. Okay, the major problem is this platform are not interoperable. Okay, so what's the solution to it? Solution to it to create a common Batwa platform where people can transfer this amount, segregated amount, to a common Batwa platform. Once they do that, it will look like this. Like common Batwa will have a balance of all these three platforms, for an example, and then he can purchase a gift card from common Batwa of his choice. How we will achieve this? There is a 2-point solution to achieve this process. Okay, 2-point solution is like we will list a common Batwa gift card to all these e-platform, Amazon, Flipkart, or any other e-platform. A user from Amazon can go and buy a gift card from his Amazon Pay balance from Amazon, like a common Batwa gift card. Now, what he will do with that gift card? He will come to our common Batwa platform to redeem this gift card. When he redeems this gift card over here, he will see his wallet balance. This is showing 25,000 because after I win this cohort, I will have that 25,000 balance in my account. So once I have that much of wallet balance, what I can do, I can purchase any other gift card of my choice, and I can purchase anything of my choice. So now this is the solution what we have presented. Now I will share you what is the gift card market. Gift card market is actually about to grow by 2,000 billion by 2027. I don't know if it will grow that much or not, but I think it will grow at a faster pace. Why I think is my girlfriend birthday is coming next month. Oh, sorry. My wife birthday is coming next month. Okay. And I'm thinking something to gift her. But I'm not getting what to gift her. Instead of thinking much, I thought to gift her a gift card so she can buy whatever she wants. Nowadays, corporate bankers, any other big conglomerate give their gift card to reward their employee and their customers. So this market will grow, as per me. How is our business?
I am sorry, Ahmed, your time is up.
Yeah. Okay.
Please, judges' questions.
So I only have one question. Is it girlfriend or wife?
It's just
I'm jokes aside, I think it's pretty good. I like it. One question for me is why?
one sec. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, please. I was not open.
Yeah, and I don't know why blockchain.
So we will save the transaction on blockchain and identity on blockchain. Identity is a big issue. If you have a Google or Amazon account, and Amazon have every details of yours, right? And we will save the transaction on blockchain, as well as we will trying to save the identity on blockchain. So it would not be okay. And one more thing, if you allow me to, yeah, okay, go ahead.
No, so I just wanted to know about the business model that you couldn't actually say about.
Yeah, so if you allow me, I will share you the business model. Business model is we will charge a commission from a person who is buying our gift card from Amazon, or while redeeming it, or while buying it, or we will charge to a common Batwa platform where people will lead their coupon. Okay, so let us make this platform not only a e-platform but a V platform. And lot of wealth have been generated by centralized entities like Ambani, Adani, Hiranandani, Motlani, Virani, and Chotlani. The common thing in all this big name is the two-letter word NI. Now it's time for decentralized Ghaziani.
Interesting. But isn't Batwa, common Batwa, still a centralized platform?
No. See, the centralized is the front end always, okay, but not the data, which is on the back end.
I guess, or if they can solve the double spend problem, right? Like the problem with gift cards right now is the intense fraud with gift cards, right? Because you just scratch off the PIN codes in the back end, and then they're being spent. Correct. So if you can solve this double spend problem and actually have the value, I think you have something here. Because I do know that last Christmas or a month ago, Ian Chan was the common Batwa for that Chan family, and I was buying gift cards off my kids, right? And so so I know it's a problem, right? Obviously, the Chan family can do it for a small one, but if you can do that at scale, I think it would be valuable, right? Because I charge my kids quite a bit of premium.
See, so this is a problem for me. Yeah, I have faced this problem for transferable. If you do a Google, there are a lot of people who are trying to transfer this. Okay, Mano, I got it.
So just last thought, Ahmed, an extra bonus point for keeping this interactive and interesting.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you.
And thank you, judges. So our next participant is Sudha Ramadingu. She's a professor and she'll be presenting her next idea. Sudha?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sudha. Can judges hear her?
Yeah.
Perfectly. Sudha, can you? Just to know, we cannot see at your screen. Can you try again sharing it?
Yes, I will.
I think Sudha's screen is a bit of an issue. Madam, do we?
Yeah. Let's see this time. No
Madam.
difference. Oh, no, I got it. I'm not doing it right.
All right. Okay.
It's me this time.
I am not able to still see it.
Now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, now we can.
Okay.
Bravo.
All right. Okay, Sudha. So your time starts now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sudha Ramalingam, and I'm here to present a flight insurance product that lets customers insure their flight directly with the OAN smart contract. Customers can pay their flight insurance with IONs amongst other digital currencies. Several million pounds are left unclaimed by passengers whose flights are delayed or cancelled. The UK's civil aviation punctuality data has reported that in 2014-15, only 38% of the customers had claimed their money back for a flight cancellation or delay. With our insurance product, these claims can be converted to 100%. The team members are Rakesh and myself. Insurance claim is not a seamless process. The whole process is opaque to the customer, who usually has a limited view of the insurer's processes. In parametric insurance, things are different. Here, the flight statistics are the parameters that trigger the smart contract. When the triggering event occurs, the payments are also triggered. This makes the process more efficient and the operational costs for the insurers are reduced. All parties can inspect the smart contract. More importantly, there's transparency on the payment decision and on the compensation amount. I'd like to touch upon the global market. We can see from the statistics here that the travel insurance market is expected to double by 2027. This market is divided into 4 segments classified by the type of insurance cover, distribution channels, end users, and by regions. The dominant players in these segments are indicated here. Next, I would like to touch upon the market in India. Travel, tourism, and hospitality contribution to India's GDP is expected to double by 2028. In 2020, 39 million jobs were created in tourism. E-visa were issued to 169 countries in 2019. The government has come up with new initiatives, including medical tourism, that's expected to reach 2% of the world's international tourist arrival. Our revenue model will depend upon the type of customer. If it's an insurer, we will negotiate a commission or a percentage of the product sold. If it's the airline, we act as the facilitator between brokers sharing the airline's platforms. If it's the passengers, the claims will be on a different platform and the revenue is ours. Claims can be made with available public data and browser extensions. Using APIs, the smart contracts interact between the blockchain and the insurance platforms. We've identified 2 potential business partners, had discussions with Derbysoft, and lined up one with Alliance next week. We'd very much like to thank the organizing team who's helped us to reach this point, and thank you, judges, for your time.
So, Dr. Ramalingam, I have one quick question. Certainly interesting. I think Allianz has already done this before in terms of having an airline insurance. So the question is, wasn't very clear on monetization. Maybe it's a percentage point of the policy. But second thing is, why blockchain? So that's it for me. That makes sense.
Okay, I'll answer the second question first. Why blockchain is really from the customer's point of view, is the turnaround time. It takes ages before we submit a claim and get your claim sorted out. With a blockchain, that's instantaneous. The operational costs for the insurers can be very much reduced. You can reduce some of the intermediaries, not the policies themselves, but many brokerages. So there are, and of course, there is transparency in it. And we can say we will know exactly how much to pay and whether the payment has been made. There is no dispute on the compensation. So there's clarity on that. Nitin, can I ask you to repeat the first question, please?
Yeah, so I think Allianz, who you mentioned in your presentation, had already announced that they're going to this travel insurance, which is where you could buy at the airport, and in the event of your flight delays or cost associated with flight delays would be reimbursed immediately, and they would get that information from the various publicly available data. And that was the travel insurance use case which was implemented. I think this is about 3 years back. So just wanted to see if you have any similarities with that.
Yeah, I haven't yet had the meeting with them. They have just shown interest in having to talk with us. So it'll be interesting to see what they have to say when we meet next time. But I think I'm not sure all insurances are quite traditional in their approach and haven't seen much on the cryptocurrencies. So maybe that's something that would work. Is something that we can look at.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I think this goes back to, is intriguing, right? So I quickly, when you were talking, Googled, what the Oracle would be. Were you thinking that the Oracle would be flight aware? Can we all trust flight aware?
I'm losing voice. Can you please repeat that question if you don't mind?
I think when you start tackling blockchain problems, the first question that always comes out is, what is the Oracle?
Yeah.
What is the source of truth that you're going to use to trigger all these smart contracts? And then I was trying to think, is flight aware, basically, if flight aware says that my flight was canceled, the smart contract triggers. Is flight aware the one you're going to use?
There are a couple of options.
What was your source of data that says that Air India
will be the airlines? The airlines website.
Oh, you're going to plug into all the airlines?
Yes.
Okay. I think you can plug into flight aware and see if that's good enough.
Okay. Okay, possibly, yes.
Because you want
But if you want
one or
reliability, yes.
right? Because you're just basically creating a predictive gambling site on whether a
Yes.
flight took off or not. That's basically what you're doing,
Yes.
right? And so
Yes.
if you look at it that way, you may not even need the insurance companies.
Right. Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Point
Sudha.
to think. Thank you.
Your time is done. Can I have the next participant?
Good present.
All right. So our next participant is Anshul. Yeah, Anshul.
Hi, hello.
Hi. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, just a second. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Good luck, Anshul.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. So Anshul, your time starts now.
So hello everyone, my name is Anshul and this is my idea, Notify, a platform notification system. So coming to the problem statement, our main focus is to provide web surfing private and spam free. So the current problem in the centralized system of notifications is that when you log into any platform through any social network, they keep track of where you're logging in, and all your email is shared with all the services which exist on that particular platform. So you start receiving all this spam. This is just to support my idea. This is just a form which only has one checkbox, which also includes that they are making it mandatory for you to receive promotional phone call messages and emails. So coming to the solution, Notify is a service based on smart contract, which will give the users liberty to choose from what source they want to get notifications from. So what will Notify do? First of all, it will provide privacy as it is linked to Ion wallet, so your email won't be shared with them. It will be spam free as all the notification will go through that smart contract based filter. So this coming to the strategy, the idea is to build a browser extension as well as an Android application to receive the notification on the front end part, with smart contract acting as a filter. The problem in doing so is, first of all, we have to talk to the platform, having a curated database, and making a parallel notification system with on Android architecture. Coming to technical architecture, how will this happen? First of all, the platform will send notification to Ion wallet, which will be redirected to the database, and all the notification will be stored in the database. There will be a smart contract filter, which will send all this data to the user display, which will be browser extension or the cloud notification system. So why Notify? First of all, it will provide privacy. It will be spam free. You can trust it as we are achieve. It is decentralized, so you can have digital identity over it, and data control. And first step is building smart contracts, then implementing it with the front end and checking if all the system works. So this is just a prototype, how it will look. And thanks.
The business model is user pays to be not bugged.
Yeah, the idea is that user will pay for this particular service.
So one thing, Anshul, it's a age-old thing about spam, right? We always give example of blockchain and mining related to, spam. So this is inherent to the birth of the whole, element of mining and incentive mechanism that blockchain usually contains. How is this different from the proverbial sort of paying a fee and that way preventing people from spamming or preventing people from sending this massive emails from that perspective?
Yeah, so we aren't sharing the email ID with any of the platforms. Your Ion wallet will be linked to the platform. So all these services which you get spam from won't have the access to your email. So this is the first layer of spam-free protection. The second layer is even on those platforms, you can actually select from what particular subtopics you want to receive notifications from.
Thank you.
Anshul, the second part is very useful for me. So, you have a customer in me here.
Oh, thank you.
Any other questions for Anshul? No? Okay, perfect. Anshul, your pitch was very clear to the judges. So that's a good thing. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, so let's have our next pitch. We have Naresh here. Hi, Naresh.
Hi, hi.
Hi. Can you share your screen?
Yes, yes. Yeah. Can you find my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Naresh, your time starts now.
Hi, I'm Naresh, having 14 years experience in IT industry. Problem is build a transparent system between three connecting dots. Those are lender, borrower, and P2P platform. For the same, never found source of information about three dots and extra cost for the business validation. So the solution is making decentralizing system between these three connecting dots. So using open app extension will capture three dots information. Three dots means either lender, borrower, and P2P platform. And this information will be stored in the blockchain. So this is becoming like a decentralized ledger system. And how it works. So the connecting dots are becoming like transparent. So all the actors are becoming like transparent in these cases. The revenue model based on the user requirement, they will purchase the required number of borrowers or lenders or P2P profile with analysis. So that they can either lend the money, either borrow the money, or they can choose the platform to invest. And obviously, the target market is very huge. Due to COVID-19, the people are struggling to get the funds. So the P2P platform is becoming like top priority for nowadays. Why now? So the most of the people are moving from banking to non-banking sector because due to their irregularity of the credit system. So most of the people don't have the whatever the banking system is required the credit scoring. So that's why the people are moving from banker to non-banking lending system. Thank you.
Judges, questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to know how secure will that be? Because of course, borrowing and just lending money, it's a little bit like difficult. So I just want to know how is the security here.
See, this extension will provide you only analysis, not to invest anything here. So if you want to verify a specific borrower profile, you can come to the system and you can check whether this profile is really valid or not. You can check the score of whether he had any existing loans is there or not, or he is paid the regularly loans or not. Only that part, not to the doing the transactions between the person to person. I mean, lender to borrower. It's not like that. So this is the top of the all P2P platforms. So we will capture the information from P2P platforms. We are not responsible to doing the transactions between the lender and borrower.
Oh, okay. So
it's only transparent. Yeah, my model is straightforward. So if you want to search for a borrower, so whatever you are investing in the borrower, you can get the information of the profile as well as analysis, whether he had how many loans are there, whether he had paid regularly or not, how many platforms he chosen to get the loan, and vice versa also. So the lender can validate the platform, and the platform can also validate the borrower and the lender also. So there is a use case. One lender can borrow money from P2P other platform, and he is becoming like lender for one platform and borrower from other platform. So they can maintain like this. So to avoid those misleading information, so it is becoming like transparent. So either you are lender or borrower. So this decentralized platform will give the information about the specific either borrower or lender. Something like that. Yeah. I hope I answered your question. I hope.
I think, did he answer it? Can I go to my question? Are we good? Okay. because I would love to hear Nitin's view on this because he spends all his time thinking about financial services. So I think what I'm hearing, just to clarify, you're not creating a peer-to-peer lending network. You're going to augment 3 or 4 peer-to-peer lending networks, right? Like Lending Tree or whatever. And that's the pitch here, right? And so my question is, is this a problem that lenders have right now? Or I guess you're going to do micro lending, right?
So actually, I see the problem here. It is the lender don't have any information about the borrower, and borrower don't have any information about the platform, and platform don't have any information about the lender or borrower. So until they physically goes and verifies, then only they will come to know, okay, he's a genuinely vendor, and he's a genuinely lender, and he's a genuinely a borrower.
But doesn't the platform have an onboarding mechanism? So when you have any of the P2P platform, whether it's for regulation purposes, and second thing is I see 2 issues I have open in my mind. One is there's an onboarding mechanism, so it's not like you have unknown entities just transacting on this network, especially in crowdfunding and in lending platforms. Second thing is that by the nature of the fact that you're transacting, the data is available for the platform operator for statistics and analytics. So I don't know if you're not facilitating a platform, what are you providing on the platform?
So
I'm sorry, Naresh, your time is up. I'm sorry, I cannot let you answer this question. Sorry.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Naresh.
Thanks, Naresh.
Yeah.
Let's have our next participant. We have Omkar here. Yeah, Omkar.
Hey, hi, Manav. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can the judges hear Omkar?
Yep.
Perfect. So,
okay,
Omkar,
perfect. I don't see my camera on. I don't know why, but that's fine. I'll present my screen.
Sure. There is an option. If you can just click there, you might be able to then switch on your camera.
It's not showing up. Maybe initial notification from browser. I disabled it.
Okay.
Anyways,
sure. So yes, we can see your screen, Naresh. Omkar, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
No
All
problem.
right. So Omkar, your time starts now.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Omkar, and along with me, I have Juhi and Munir. We are here to present our idea or product, Rental Chain, that will revolutionize the hotel and home rental process by addressing the current issues. So what is the problem statement or the issues, right? So as a tenant or guest, they don't have single channel to search the best valued and rated property at best price. In fact, they have to look at various sites and sources, which is a time consuming process. And also the relevance of the details provided for the properties are doubtful. For landlords or hoteliers, they don't have a channel to get credible or potential customers and usually get fake inquiries or profiles. And more importantly, the USP of our product, which none of the platforms give a provision to rate the customers, right? Whether it's good or bad. So even the landlords or hoteliers should have that provision to rate their customers. And this particular idea will further lead to credibility score. So we'll be having a credibility score for the customers, which will then identify which one is a good customer and which one is a bad customer. So solution to the above mentioned problems is solved by Rental Chain. With the help of like aggregated property details, it will provide the aggregated details from different sites to the tenant at the best price and compare the prices. It will give a provision for landlord and hoteliers to have a target marketing for the selected property advertisement to the credible and authentic users, right, registered on the Rental Chain. It will also help in it will also help the landlords and hoteliers in customer relationship management. And then, as I mentioned, when the platform is quite equipped with the respective user base will have transaction-based rating and credibility score. What does that mean is only the parties involved in that particular transaction can rate each other. And then we'll have a reward system which will reward the respective parties for using the platform. Moving on to the business and revenue model, key activities, as I mentioned, it is property management, providing aggregated details, ratings and credibility score, and the notification system to the respective parties. The value proposition, connecting the landlords or hoteliers to the guests or tenants, helping in making informed decisions with the help of ratings and credibility score, adding the trust factor. The revenue would be subscription basis along with commission and the property listing fees, plus the advertisement. Key partners we already discussed. Moving on, why blockchain? Because the main important point is adding trust and transparency, and second, providing a tamper-proof and decentralized data management for property ratings and customer credibility score. So as I mentioned, customer credibility score, which is
Onkar, your time is up. Sorry.
Okay.
Judges' questions.
Yeah, just I think this is like more like Airbnb because they also have users, and actually the landlords can also rate on the person that's going to stay. So how are you going to compete with, for example, Airbnb?
Yep. So we will not be competing with Airbnb. In fact, we'll be associating with them, right, to get the user base what they have, so that we'll be creating a generic platform for the users with the ratings, which will be their credibility score. So if I am listed on Airbnb as a user or as a tenant or availing their services, I'll be able to provide that rating to different platforms along with Magic Bricks or whatever different platforms I have, right? So it's basically decentralizing my data, which is centralized at Airbnb or for that matter, any other platform as a user. And also the landlords can rate me not only on Airbnb, but on other platforms using rental chain.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is an interesting, the credibility score. I think it's an interesting problem, especially, in the space. So I think it's interesting. I just don't know how you're going to get the velocity, right? And so if I rent a house once a year, right, then I get a credibility score once a year, right? And so I don't know if there's enough data points to actually get a credible score. And so if you can think about other ways to increase the velocity of being
Ian,
your reputation, I think that would be great. So maybe you combine this with,
Ian. So Correct. I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think we took your point last time and we have included the hotel transactions as well in here. So any customer, may it be a rental for home or may it be a short-term stay in a hotel or apartment, that is also included in our platform. So that will increase the velocity of transactions. Was I able to answer that question, Ian?
Yeah, no, I think if you can, I think you have a cold start problem, but if you can start building, a little micro reputation system, and it'll grow. I think there's opportunity here.
Yep. And then one more thing, like the future optimization, if you see, we can further extend this platform to crowdfunding. If a particular tenant is not able to raise the deposit amount, he can raise the crowdfunding request based on his credibility score.
Your time is up. Onkar, sorry, your time is up.
Sure.
Thank you, Onkar.
Thank you, team. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Our next participant is Vishal. Hey, Vishal.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Let me share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So are you guys able to see the presentation?
Yes, Vishal, we are able to see your presentation and your time starts now.
Hello, everyone. So this is Vishal, and the Open App project which I'm working on is YesPay, which aims to provide the smart payment method for the existing online marketplaces. So first, let's look at the marketplace problem that we are trying to solve. The price of the product is not stable on the marketplaces. It fluctuates with respect to the time. And also for the same product, you will find that the price is price varies on different platforms, and sometimes as a user we miss out on great deals, and due to a time inconvenience we can't take benefit of the discount or offers after the sale is over. In this graph, as an example, you can see that you can actually save $700 on this laptop if you buy this product at the right time. So this just for the single product. So what are the solutions that this SPay will provide to overcome the mentioned problem? So first, it will compare price on different platform. Also, you can check the price history, so you know what's the best price at which you can get this product. And amazing feature is that it will do the automatic payment when the prices are down, based on the price range that you have already selected. And also user will have control over the smart contract, so he can cancel the transaction at any time he wants. So how this automatic payment feature will work? Let's say you want to buy that laptop which is worth $1,900 when it comes between the price range of 1,200 to 1,300. So you will first add tokens backed by central currencies, and you will set the price range, and these conditions will be locked in onto the smart contract, and also the amount which will sit onto the Iron blockchain. Once the price goes down, the smart contract will be triggered. It will make the payment to the payment gateways, and they will verify the payment, and your order will be placed. Why now? That we are already aware of the huge user base for the online marketplaces, and currently no one in the market provides this smart payment method. So I believe that it will attract a lot of customers. Moving on to the business model, there are various ways in which this can generate the direct revenue. We can charge commission from the companies on the receiving end behind each payment. Also, we can promote ads or financial product offers within SPay with partnership with banks or other industrial partners. Also, negotiate fees with the card issuer companies like credit card and debit card companies. Last part, that indirect revenue, which will be based on the user's agreement, and also users will get its fair share from whatever revenue that we generate from it. So we can use the data for ads targeting, and also till the time that the money is locked in onto the smart contract, maybe we could use that in DeFi marketplace and make good use of it. But it's controversial, but from business point of view, I see a great potential in this field. So overall, it's just a matching platform which aims to provide you the best price available. So this is me and my team, and thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you, Vishal. Judges, questions?
Yeah, Vishal, I had a question on this. Quickly, right? I think you're addressing a slew of problems at the same time, and having an order pay based on a certain price criteria. I just want to understand from a viability perspective, which is one of the criteria that we're looking at. How do you manage the revenue? How do you manage the payment streams and banking partnerships, as well as the partnership with these platforms that execute these things? Because for blockchain, you have to be in the same network. So how do you have Amazon or some of these e-commerce platforms be in the same networks, so to speak?
Actually, I'm thinking of making this as a one-stop application. So it will have features ranging from all the common wallet features, and also the special feature, which is the automatic payment method. So you don't have to go to the other application if you want to use the other features of like other wallets. So maybe you can integrate all that into just one system and make this application.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Vishal, so do I get like an auto buy, feature like I get at a portal like Binance when I'm trying to buy Bitcoin? Is the idea to get that?
I'm primarily thinking it will be used for the e-commerce platform, but it could be used for like a flight tickets, or also, as you are saying, on the Binance also, because the backend technology will be the same. But first, I'm thinking of integrating it into the e-commerce platform.
Yeah, so the idea is, so Binance already, all crypto exchanges give you this, right? So I was just trying to see if I'd be able to use that. I would be able to get that kind of feel for, let's say, Amazon when, the Boxing Day sale goes live.
Actually, it will be, we can make two options. It can be fully automatic, or we can let user trigger the smart contract. Two options. One which is fully automatic, that it will make the payment behind your back. even if the user is not there onto the platform, just like Binance and other crypto platforms are using.
I can see that when PS5 becomes available on Amazon. So yeah, I'm going to be able to use this. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Vishal.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So our next pitch is by Divya and Taha. Hey, Divya.
Hi.
Hi. Can you share your screen?
Yes.
All right. So Divya, you're ready?
Just a second. Okay.
Yes, your time starts now.
Hello everyone, I am Divya and I have been a web developer for the last 2 years. Today I will try to mix reviews, food blogging and rewards in the same pan using a spoonful of blockchain. So let's get started. The platform that we're planning to extend is Zomato. It is a food delivery app very popular in India. So you can find a restaurant near your place. You can place an order and if everything goes great, you have fresh food on your table within an hour. Now, all of this seems really great unless you scroll down to the reviews section. Reviews on Zomato cannot be trusted easily. Why? Any person is free to post any review and it is not subjected to any verification. And in all of this, I believe that the genuine food critics are going unrecognized and also unrewarded. Hence the solution. We are coming up with a simple Chrome extension, which when you open on any Zomato page will fetch reviews of that restaurant from our storage. And also there will be an option to add a new review. But what we're doing different is that we are validating those reviews. So while you're adding a review, you will be posting a screenshot of the bill. So on the bill, there will be the restaurant name. So this ensures you have eaten here. On the bill, there will also be a phone number. So this ensures an identity check. Also, while signing up, you can share the URL of your food blogging place or your Instagram handle. So this also establishes that you are a food blogger. Why blockchain? I believe there are many users in the system. Our data is not liable to change, and that we can also store restaurant ratings on our ledger. And lastly, we can transfer funds to top bloggers. So this brings us to our smart contract. This will have 4 functions. One will be to manage the rating of the restaurant, another to mark the review genuine. There will be a function to release funds, important, and then also there will be a function to raise dispute if the bill is found to be incorrect or has incorrect mobile number or restaurant name. So we hear all the time that the show must go on. So let's talk revenue. Restaurants can make requests and fetch reviews from our place and display it on their websites. We can charge them a basic fee. We can also extend a notification system. So if there are any negative reviews, the restaurants can be notified immediately. And also lastly, we can extend all of this in a software as a service platform. So you can use this platform to collect reviews for your own company and customize the entire process to validate and collect the review form. Thank you so much. Please share any questions that you might have.
Rajesh, questions?
Yeah, I'd love to get Ian's perspective, only because of your foray into moves. But when you say you're not only going after the reviews and ratings of, let's say, Zomato, but in your smart contract, you also mentioned release of funds. And that perked up my curiosity because in some cases now you're requiring the restaurants to be in the same network, which may become a humongous problem. So I just want to understand the release of funds piece. Is that not orthogonal to your rating sort of model?
Okay, so there are several restaurants, and as you submit ratings for them, we can only store restaurant's name with us. And also, just one second. Sorry. So you're saying Can you just in some?
Yeah. So they are simple, right? In the sense that you want to release funds or move money, and you have ratings business, and so I'm just wondering as to how complicated is moving money. For example, is that refunds? Why is that notion of money in this rating?
Imagine that you are a food blogger and you are giving us reviews for different restaurants. So if you're a loyal food blogger and you have rated on our platforms about 10-20 restaurants, so I believe there's no harm in giving you some reward.
I see. Okay. Okay. Thank you. That answers my question.
Yeah, and then obviously we can't use a normal payment system to pay microtransactions, right? So I think the blockchain here will handle the microtransactions and be efficient, right? So, to me, you asked me a question about what news is doing right now. As we're talking to Uber Eats and all the food courier deliveries, this is a major problem right now. Fake reviews. So whatever you can do to help, solve the fake review problem for Uber Eats and all the other food delivery things and stuff, I think this is the time, right? This is the time to see if you can get something that can solve this fake review problem.
Agree.
Yes.
No, absolutely. Thanks, Divya. That was really good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Divya.
Thanks, Divya.
All right. So our final pitch for today. We have Praveen. Hey, Praveen.
Yes.
Hello, Praveen.
Yeah, hello. Are you able to hear me, guys?
Yes. Is he audible to the judges?
Yeah.
Perfect. Praveen, you share your screen?
Yeah, just one second. Yeah, hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes. So your time starts now, Praveen.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Praveen. I'm a software engineer by profession, and I have named my idea as Cognitio. So basically, we have different community platforms for knowledge sharing. For example, we have GitHub for coding references. We have Stack Overflow for technical queries, and even Medium for articles about random topics. So being knowledge sharing platforms, they also provide some mechanisms for appreciation of the knowledge providers. For example, we have clapping on Medium, uploading and downloading on Stack Overflow, and starting on GitHub. The problem, according to me, is that though these act as a form of reputation for the knowledge providers, they don't exactly benefit the knowledge providers in real life. So what would the person do?
Praveen, can I pause you for a second? I will give you 10 seconds extra. Your voice is smudging a bit. It's getting a little difficult to understand.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what's the problem.
Yeah, maybe the distance from mic is an issue.
I hope the others are able to hear me properly.
Is the problem on just my end or Nitin?
We are the same. It's a bit fuzzy and the sound and the voice.
Okay, I'm not sure what's wrong. Are you able to see the screen though?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay.
I think Praveen, you're better already. Why don't you give this a shot? Manav, please give him some extra time.
Sure, you can go ahead, Praveen.
Okay, so like I said, these platforms provide mechanisms for appreciation, but the problem, according to me, is that though these act as a form of reputation for the knowledge providers, they don't exactly benefit them in real life. And also, there is no penalty mechanism for invalid actions. For example, if you post an invalid response for a Stack Overflow question, it would simply be downvoted. It does not make you stop posting the same in some other questions. So my proposal of a solution is a blockchain-based extension which allows the users to tip the knowledge provider and also to earn from the existing appreciation mechanisms. For example, you would get some cryptos as rewards in your wallet whenever your GitHub repository gets a star or your Medium article gets some claps. And also there would be a penalty mechanism where your reward would get reduced for invalid actions. So this would motivate people to post appropriate content on the platforms. So coming to the markets, as we are looking at around 150 million plus users across all these platforms. So we'll start off with GitHub and Stack Overflow and Medium, because I feel developers are more into blockchain and understand the importance and would spread the word for it. And later on, we would expand to the other platforms like Quora. So coming to the business model, initially there would be transaction fees and subscription stream. Later on, there would be a revenue generated from the appreciation of value of our native cryptocurrency. And finally, we would have ad revenues on the extension when we have sufficient amount of users. So why now? Blockchain and DeFi spaces are booming right now. And as we know, Bitcoin price has almost reached $34,000. And people are day by day getting more aware about the uses and benefits of blockchain, like immutability, transparency, security, etc. And even enterprises are moving towards blockchain-based solutions like Hyperledger Fabric, R3 Quora, and some are even creating their own custom blockchains. So this is just the beginning of it. So this is me and the team. Thank you, judges, for listening, and I'm open to any questions.
Judges, questions?
You know, as a protocol team, we actually have this problem, right? How do we encourage the community to do good things? And then the question is, you know, can the community then deem it useful? So you can solve that problem. You know, you can have, you know, developers contribute good content and have other developers rate the content, and then maybe, you know, this case, the OAN pays base per that. We would probably do that. So I think it's just a problem.
Also, I think there's a project called Fund Request, which incentivizes open source contribution, because right now open source is largely just open source, like, you know, whether you have a community or a company committing resources. But to get the larger community and have them actually contribute meaningfully, there are several projects. So I think it's certainly, as Ian mentioned, a good problem to solve. I'm just wondering, how are you different from platforms like Fund Request, who are using blockchain to incentivize code creation, code contribution, and knowledge contribution in that open setting?
Nitin, those are specific platforms and they're like one specific entity, while I'm trying to integrate or interoperate multiple platforms together. For example, GitHub, Stack Overflow, and Medium, Quora, and bringing them together. So all those different appreciations that we have got, the different amount of claps, the different amount of stars on your repo, and bringing them together and then rewarding you.
Got it. Thank you.
Taking all that into consideration.
Okay, Praveen, one problem that I saw here is, I think Manav's here, so probably we have...
No, we have time.
Sure. So Praveen, one problem that I saw was, while we were working with a couple of platforms, protocols, what we saw was, even when we're distributing money, it is difficult to get developers to put good content, right? And I think in this case, we were distributing about $50 or $100. You know, is there going to be a difference from that process in amount, or is there going to be an identification happening of developers in some other way?
Yes, definitely. So whenever, how the project would be is that you would basically have a wallet when you download the extension, and the smart contract would make a note of your wallet address. So there will be a mapping of your username, and immediately when you enter the username, there will be an authorization happening.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Praveen.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks, Praveen.
Thank you. All right, guys. So this is we are done with our pitches for the day. I will be breaking the session for 5 minutes for the judges to interact and finalize the winners, and we will be coming back within 5 minutes to announce the winner. So please don't go because we after this have another session also. All right. Thank you. Hey everyone, it was a very difficult decision for the judges to come up with the winners for this cohort, and I will let Daniela. I will let the judges first talk about what they will be, providing you, and then exactly, announce the winners. Over to you, judges.
Yeah,
Okay.
so maybe
Sorry, need to go.
I think we just talk about this and what we're offering, and then maybe Daniela can announce the winners. So I would like to first actually congratulate all the 11 participants. I think all the ideas were really fantastic, and it took us a little bit longer because it was a pretty tough thing to pick from. Not only the ideas brought a global perspective, but also you had a lot of context in these ideas, which not only relate to India, but I think you look into many of the the presenters. The time you put into it was just fantastic. So to me, waking up at 5 in the morning was definitely worth it because I learned a lot in the process too. So I do want to thank you from that perspective. And since I represent IBM and I've been working with Akshay and Blockchain India, my home country, I do want to be able to say that for the winners, I'm willing to offer mentoring time, which oftentimes is very valuable from my failures and my experiences. Happy to spend time with the winners in terms of both business and technical mentoring. Also, IBM offers the about $1,000 a month worth of cloud credits for many of the startup entities, and I'm happy to facilitate that for the winners. And you can get in touch with me afterwards, and there are a few vetting process that goes through in terms of identifying the startup companies. I'm happy to help you through that process, and so you have at least some cloud capacity to develop your ideas and bring that to life. So with that, I'll give it to Ian and then to Daniela.
Thanks, Nitin. As Nitin mentioned, I was very excited about being here. And then after listening to the presentations, I was even more excited, right? So I think we're in unprecedented times. This week was just a crazy week, as we call it the Reddit Robin Hood week, whatever you want to call it. It's an absolutely crazy time. And to me, for entrepreneurs to willing to take the time to really solve a problem, and to solve a mass problem, I think this is the time to do it. And so I'm very encouraged. I'd like to thank the team here for organizing it. It was a great event. And Nitin, I haven't seen you for a while, but we've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I really appreciate your friendship. And and I know the teams that are going to have your mentorship are going to really appreciate it. And for Draper, what you can say, Draper's Draper. So thank you very much for all that stuff. And for me, our prizes are the same as last time, right? And so we will give the Aon equivalent. We'll give $5,000 USD first place, 2,500 to second and third in Aon equivalent. So if we find a way to get a wallet, you probably have a wallet already, we'll transfer the Aon to you.
Now, my turn. Okay, so guys, very excited to be part here. So you did an amazing job. I know that doing this pitching and actually making all this happen, it takes a lot of things and a lot of rehearsal and a lot of work into it. So thank you so much for your time. Everything was really, really great. Keep doing what you do, keep passionate about doing it and looking the ways to actually make your business come true. So in terms for Draper University, this time we will be giving 5 partial scholarships for our hero training program. Hopefully you can join us on summer or fall and see how we can help you building a little bit further and achieving your goals and connecting you with other people here in Silicon Valley. So thank you so much for your time. So for the winners of the three, like the first three, then I'll say the other two for Draper University. So it was a really hard decision. It was really tough because, as both of Nitina and Ian said, it was a very hard decision. You all did great. So for the third place, we came up with food critics. So congratulations for that part. It was really great. We really think it's something that it needs to be done and needs to be kind of addressed, this problem. So you'll have for the third prize. Second prize, it was also really great to see how you're kind of looking for solutions and kind of thinking the way to make things easier for flights and kind of to connect that. So insurance flight, congratulations for being the second. And the winner, we really thought your enthusiasm and your charisma and everything was really great. It also makes a great pitch to do that part. So Wallet Pay Badwa, congratulations for being the first winner. So you'll have the three prizes here. So congratulations all. And the other two that will be joining Draper University will be Rental Chain and Smart Payment, S-Payment. So also congratulations, guys. Hopefully to see you on summer. I'm very excited for you to join us. So yeah, congratulations and thank you so much, guys, for this opportunity to be part here. Manav, you can take it over.
Thank you. Congratulations, everyone. It was a very tough decision for the judges. Sorry, Ian?
I think I'm just like, I think somebody has their hand raised, I think.
Yes, I'm just going to bring the Ahmed up. Yes. Go ahead. Congratulations, Ahmed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Actually, I can't speak right now. Okay.
Congratulations, Ahmed.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Manu, for encouraging us and providing such a platform to explain. Either, if I have not got this platform, I don't think so I would have gone in any platform other than this, because I will do a lifetime job. Okay. Now I got a perspective on it. Okay.
So I think just to bring some perspective here, I met Ahmed about 2 years ago in Mumbai in a session, right? I don't know what it was about, but definitely it was one of the things about cryptocurrencies or some particular project in the space. But even then, I distinctly remember the conversation from Ahmed's side was with a lot of gusto and enthusiasm. And I think that really puts him apart from the crowd. Ahmed, keep that alive, and just saying that though we intend to support all ideas, but we will definitely make sure that we give the top 3 and the top 5 even more efforts from our side, specifically on community forums, maybe with connects, maybe with some marketing. So whatever we can do to help you guys, we'll ensure that.
Yeah. So I would like to also call Abrar also. He's like a silent partner. Why?
Abrar, please.
But one thing I'll say while Abrar is on the call, Ahmed, your energy is contagious, and it's nothing short of inspiring to even people like me and Ian and Daniela. So I think you bring that perspective. So thank you for that.
Okay, so I think so. Just Abrar came and Ahmed had to leave. So sorry.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hi Manu, Akshay, everyone here. I would like to thank for this wonderful this one. This is a wonderful journey. I want to share my journey. Like Manu was calling me to join this program, then I was backing out, then finally I joined. I think this is very grateful, and I would like to thank my friend Ahmed. So this is really looking forward for this journey as a entrepreneur. Now, like Ahmed said, and now we got some motivation, so we can from now onwards we can be go forward with our own dreams, entrepreneur dreams. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to hear that. Manav, over to you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, judges, for with the pitches and taking out time for this session. We will be now moving on for our final session. So I'll be ending this. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to all the winners.